see right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboy fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face.
Oh, from Brooklyn.
Hey, guess any.
You're listening to the Captain Jack Sports Show on Northeast Streaming Sports.
All right, everybody, how you doing? This is Captain Jack here. Is there a bit of a lag? No, okay. It seemed like there was a little bit of a lag, maybe a little bit. And we are joined by one of my favorite ladies out there. And, see, you need to do that more often there, Kevlar. I saw a smile, and it was wonderful.
Don't get used to it.
No, I'm just serious. It's great seeing that. The wonderful, witty, knowledgeable, always ready to go in a pinch, Kevlar Prom Dress, aka Heidi. How you doing over there in Alaska, Hawaii? Hawaii. I don't know where that came from. I had Hawaii and Heidi in the same thing because I was saying Alaska. How are you doing in Alaska, Heidi?
We're doing great.
Okay.
Weather's nice.
Yeah.
It's not 103 degrees like it is in other parts of the nation.
Yeah.
It's pleasant, 60s, 70s.
And that's always a good thing. I mean, because I actually have a it's not a sinus, although it might be a sinus headache. So I have that kind of that throbbing that's going around because for those who've been paying attention, I can't get rid of I've been down with some maladies recently. But I'm coming in here. I wanted to do a show last week, but the ladies told me, they said rest, and I said yes, ma'am. So I did. I took the advice of the ladies, and I tried to rest, but there was some other plans that were made for me. but I did rest as much as I could. But speaking of getting folks on the positive, please keep kind thoughts for Miss Peggy, aka DC Wench, along with Anna Diaz Rincon. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what ails Anna, but I was told to keep her in thoughts and prayers, so I will do that. So again, Anna Diaz Rincon out in Vegas, and of course our own DC Wench, aka Miss Peggy Holmes. And how's Andrea doing? Or Andrea?
She's just a little wiped out. She's got a lot going on, so
Okay.
she just needed to get some rest.
Yeah. And I am all for that as well. So again, we are here. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram over on that channel. Hey, there you go. Xavier's there. Go. Yep. I was just going to say that. I just saw the Lightning win 2-0. So they are on to the semifinals, which they will play the winners of the Islanders Bruins in the next round, and then the Canadiens are waiting the winner of the the Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights. So I think that we're getting down to it. We're getting down to it. I know that I will start paying attention to basketball soon when it gets down to the conference finals, but I really don't pay attention until then. So we'll do that. But
I don't even know why they have a regular season.
Truer words could not have been said. It's kind of like
there's the regular season's preseason, and then the first 17 rounds of the playoffs are the regular season, and then the final conference finals and stuff are the actual playoffs.
Right, and I mean that, because again we play what, 82. They play 82 in basketball, if I'm not mistaken. They play about the same in hockey, and it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter until you get to the playoff seeding. You're going to lose a few teams, but then really after that, those teams are the ones that are going to get the high draft picks for the draft. And because the Lightning won, I can actually flip it over to the Phillies game. So we'll see how bad they were. They were losing the last time I checked. I didn't want to wear my Lightning hat, because if I would have worn my Lightning hat, it would have been like the death knell, because I wore my Lightning gear last time and they lost. So I didn't want to chance it, even though they were winning, 2-0. I didn't want to. And of course, the Phillies are losing 3-1 here. So what can I do?
Yeah, I've had to ban my best friend from watching Raiders games several times because of it.
What? Because she's unlucky?
Yeah, she just jinxed it.
Okay.
I'm like, no, go to church. You have to go to church instead. No watching early games. No skipping it.
Yeah.
You're bad luck.
Go. Do church. Pray to whoever. Don't watch the game.
Exactly.
Don't watch the game, because we don't need any more bad luck for there. And Xavier, who's my buddy up in Boston. Xavier, make sure you head on over, if you haven't already. Xavier, make sure you head on over to YouTube. Xavier wants a Bruins Lightning rematch. Hey, you guys got to get past the Islanders first, and the Islanders won the other night. So now, do you follow any other like in hockey or basketball, or you really just kind of wait?
I pretty much wait. I'll catch up on the playoffs a bit, but for the most part, it's football. It really is.
So you're bored 6 months out of the year then?
Football isn't boring 6 months out of the year, though. You can keep yourself busy, except during a 3-week-long OTA session.
Okay, and have you been keeping up on that? Because I'm sure you have.
I have. There's not much to keep up on, but I have. I know that Malcolm Kuntz has looked pretty good. It's not like they think that he is going to be, a star or even an every down end, but I know that he's looked really impressive to the Raiders. And Darius Stills and even Javen White, they've been looking good. And our fan favorite, Dylan Stoner. He's been looking very impressive.
Stoner, dude. Got it.
Stoner.
Stoner. Actually, I have heard. Okay. Well, see, this is what happens when I don't watch the game. Good things happen. Ryan Harper just hit a home run. So I won't watch the game. I'll keep it on there for eyesight, but I won't watch it because when I don't watch, good things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Good things happen. So
Totally relate.
Yes. And I do want to get to the folks that are here. Raider Mode's in. Good to see you there, Raider Mode. Raider Goon coming in. Guy with the guns. And then Xavier's already, Xavier is here as well because he was over on IG. He's over here on YouTube as well. Raider Puppet talking about his Knights. Now the Knights it's 2-2. Now are they playing in Vegas or are they playing in Colorado? Someone's gonna have to get me caught up on that. Hot Neil's in the house. Don Webb's in the house. 82 in basketball. Don, you're gonna have to explain that. Don was actually vacationing in Tennessee, or where's that place that everybody goes that like is kind of like under the shoot. I think it's Tennessee where there's lakes and music and stuff. I know that kind of like broadens it, but I think it's Tennessee. Oh, Gatlinburg. See, thank you, Don. Okay, see, Don's quick on the draw. Gatlinburg.
Yeah, Tennessee is a little unthought of gem. It really is. It's one of the big areas that people from my former state, California, are heading to. Very popular destination, Tennessee and Texas.
And is there any reason why people from California are heading to Tennessee and Texas? Any particular thing? No, don't go there. No.
It has to do with colors.
Okay.
I'll just say that.
Has to do with colors. Okay. Well, Colorado, Puppet Kid chimes in with Colorado. Thank you. So it's in Colorado tonight. Remember, the Knights are tied 2-2. In fact, they should be playing probably pretty soon. Puppet says hello to Cam Jag Raider Nation and the Heidi, Kevlar Prom Desk. Don't forget, because again, this lady right here, and I can say this about all of the wenches. This lady, as well as Peggy, as well as Angria, have forgotten more things than you guys, and I'm saying you guys, the royal use guys, know on purpose. Okay, because these ladies are knowledgeable, which is why I have this show here. And like I said, if you're going to watch a sports show with ladies, at least watch it with people who actually know what the F they're talking about. Okay, so I got that. See, and again, because Heidi was saying that Kuntz was looking good, and a couple of and Stoner. With a reference from Beavis and Butthead too, and
I still got that laugh after all these years.
You can do it better than I can. It's like I used to be able to do Woody Woodpecker, but I haven't done it in so long. I don't want to embarrass myself in even trying. Maybe I'll practice it for a little while. High pitch, but close. Mo, the Phillies are playing the Braves. They're down 3-2, and Oso's in the house for Nation for TNBC's in the house. Thank you for that. Mode says the Dodgers are up 3-0 on the Pirates. I'm actually possibly going to attempt to maybe see a Dodgers game the end of this month because I will be out in California. So I'm going to Vegas to see my seats, and then I'm going to stop by San Diego. And of course, when I go to San Diego, they're out of town. So they go. Of course, it's every time I go to San Diego to try to maybe catch a game, they're out of town. But the Dodgers are in town, and they are playing the Giants, which will be a very good, if I can catch them, I'm going to try to get those tickets. So a Dodgers-Giants series, and I just want to go because I've never been to Chavez Ravine. So
Yeah, I used to work for the AAA club for the Giants back when they were in Fresno, which was where I lived. And the Giants and the Dodgers both had farm teams, AAA teams in the same division. So when they would come and play each other, those were always really popular games.
oh yeah,
Very popular. Because there could have been some major leaguers, down for a rehab reassignment, but it just didn't matter because this was AAA. This was the future of those teams, and the fans wanted to see it.
yeah,
And it never failed, at least double the attendance of normal, triple, quadruple even.
yeah.
Because let's face it is AAA in Fresno. It's 111 degrees outside. There weren't a lot of people.
I mean, but it's a dry heat, right?
It is a dry heat, but anytime you get up above 105, 110, the kind of heat doesn't matter. It's insane.
Yeah, no, I said it facetiously because I hate people who say that. I hate it. It's still freaking hot. And you're trying to, we do it right here in Florida. Okay. Now, granted, we get up, I've never, well, okay, I shouldn't say I've never, I don't recall a day in Florida that was 100 degrees. Okay. I mean, I've seen 99, maybe once or twice it'll hit 100, but it's always 99 with like 98% humidity or 99% humidity, which is just god awful nasty. But we're smart enough to stay indoors in air conditioning. Okay. We don't go outside, or at least the royal we. I'm not stupid enough to go outside when it's 98 degrees or 98% humidity, vice versa, or whatever. People out in California, they go out, and I'm like, why? Why? Well, it's not really that hot. It's 100 something degrees, and it's hot, and you bake out there, and I'm not going to go do that. Now, please tell me, Heidi, that you had enough sense not to do such things like that.
No, I did work outside for the baseball team, but I was usually assigned as a security guard for first aid. So I actually got to do a lot of first aid for people who were affected by the heat.
Right.
But other than that, the dog got walked at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And, I didn't live in the greatest neighborhood, but, she's a 60 to 70 pound German Shepherd. So nobody bothered us.
There you go. Yeah.
But other than that, I laid inside underneath the air conditioner.
Which is smart. Which is smart. I do want to say this. Oso's like, yeah. I mean, but here's the thing, though. Oso, you're in Texas, where they kind of have a combination of both. It's hot and humid, and then it's like, they don't know if you want to have like California desert hot or if they want to have Florida humid hot. They're right in the middle, anyway. As well, I got baked. I got baked, not baked that way because I've never gotten baked that way. Okay. But I was baking in the sun. I wanted to make sure I clarified that because people say, Captain, no. I've never been baked. Never been baked. Not even crispy. So there you go. Hey, Ed Wenchels in here too. Good to see you there, Ed. So, and I am going to do this.
Hi, Ed.
But before we get done, because I want to make sure that we put this. Come in the show. I got the phone line up. Kevlar is here. We're going to talk whatever ails you, whatever you guys want to talk about. Like I said, Heidi was talking about OTAs. I saw a little bit of the OTAs. One of the things I did see that didn't involve the Raiders, but it involved the Broncos was Juwan, what was his name? Juwan Johnson, Juwan Taylor, Juwan something, who was a former Bronco that got cut, is now suing the Broncos because of his injury. I guess, the settlement that he had, and he did sign with the Ravens. And I did want to ask you, because I haven't seen you in a while, your thoughts about, and I'm going to use the air quotes here, about losing out No, but air quotes, losing out
Thank
on
God.
Jones. Okay, expound upon that.
For one thing, we didn't have the money for him. It would have crippled our salary cap. Now, next year, the salary cap is going to be much larger and it's not going to be influenced by COVID. But this year, we would have nothing to work with. And we would have had to drop a lot of players or some really good players that we might not wanted to cut yet. And we would have had to really get creative with the bookkeeping. So that's one thing aside. We would have needed $15.3 million just to sign him. And he would have wanted more money once he was signed. I know some people are like, oh, well, he would have settled for, $8 million a year. No, he wouldn't have. He wanted out of Atlanta, but I don't think he wanted out of Atlanta that bad. The other thing is Gruden's going to carry 6 or 7 wide receivers already. I could see him carrying 7 wide receivers. And our crop of players to pick from is huge. Now, imagine because you signed Julio Jones, because of that, you cut Dylan Stoner, and he didn't make the 53, and he got ticked off about that. Signed with another team. Didn't sign on the practice squad. And he ends up being a star for them. All because you got a 32-year-old wide receiver who at best only has a few years left in him. Let's face it, you're getting him for a 1 or 2 year rental.
Right.
And it just didn't make sense. It would make as much sense as throwing everything up in the air, getting Aaron Rodgers with this young team behind him and having him for a year or 2.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, let's say we are 1 player away from the Super Bowl. Would that be worth 1 Super Bowl? Yeah, I would say so. But that's not going to happen. We're not 1 player away. And once you get to that 1 player away, yes, it makes sense to go for it. But we weren't 1 player away in Julio. We weren't 1 player away in Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And it just didn't make any sense. It would have crippled us, could have really stifled the young talent that we have in the wide receiver room. And I don't know. I'm so glad the sweepstakes are over. And I'm glad that we decided to pull back. And plus we keep that draft pick too. Or those draft picks.
Right. And again, the cost as far as the picks surprisingly wasn't as much as I thought it would be, because there was no 1s. It was 2 2s and a 3. And okay, good. It wasn't. I thought he hit a home run, but no. And I'm listening to you, by the way. I give you that one eye on the screen. But it was 2 2s and a 3, which to me was like, okay, that's not bad. But it was the salary cap considerations of, if we would have brought his 15 on board, we would have had to have really changed a bunch of people's contracts at the last minute, and we would have 0 room. And that's what I was worried about. I'm saying, for a 32-year-old oft injured receiver, yeah, he's an all-pro. Yeah, he's a possible and made more like probable Hall of Famer in the future. But I don't want to mortgage what we have with the quote unquote with the kids right now.
Exactly. And until last year, he was actually still playing every single game. He might have had little nagging injuries, but he was playing at a very high level for a very long time. So he's getting a little worn out too. But last year he crashed as far as injuries go. And at the age of 32, you just have to wonder, come on, is he going to be able to pull it together? Is he going to be able to be injury free? Probably not.
Yeah. And I was going to say, if with what we have with Julio Jones, we got as far as having a physical receiver, we got that with Edwards. Okay. who's younger. And Edwards does have injury problems too. So hopefully, I didn't just jinx him. But, as long as Edwards can stay injury free, then we got a young physical receiver like Julio Jones that is great in that respect, can high point balls. And it is, in my estimation, will be the number one. I think that Ruggs is going to be the number two receiver who, if we employ him correctly, which at Alabama, it wasn't just going on a 9 pattern. It was going to doing a lot of slants or slant and goes, sluggos. That's how, if we employ him correctly, Ruggs will be great. And Edwards showed the last game where he had that touchdown against the Broncos, how physical and how talented he could be. Okay. So you got those two guys. Then obviously, if you want to have the quote unquote, the older guys, the ones that actually are worth the salt, that know what's going on, you got Snead and you got John Brown. And they are fast, quick, and can run patterns, and they're going to get that good rapport. You got Third and Renfro, right? You have Zay Jones as well, who Gruden likes, but I don't know whether he's going to make it out because, again, we've heard so many good things about Stoner, dude, and people are saying that he's gonna hit the roster. So is that 7? I know it's at least 6. If that's 7, those are my 7 right there, pending something else that we don't see. So those are 7 receivers. Figure at least 3 tight ends because you got Waller, you got Carrier, you got Moreau. For sure. Okay. That's 10 players right there. That's 10 players.
Mm-hmm.
And, obviously, it's still kind of early to do a 53, but if you look at who we have and knowing that some of these younger guys are going to make it, or at least the auspices are the young guys that can catch on. Stoner has been mentioned as to making the final 53. Stills has been mentioned to making the final 53. Hobbs, the cornerback out of Illinois, is really looked highly upon. These are 3 rookies, either drafted or free agents, actually 2 of them are free agent pickups that are looking to break into the 53. And as I said before, this will be a year that when the Raiders get rid of whoever they get rid of at final cuts, those other guys are going to find teams to go to because the Raiders actually have a glut of talent that they can't keep everybody. Right. Team because they're going to have 53 guys and it's going to be a really, really good team. The problem would be, or not the problem necessarily, but the issue will be is can the Raiders gel defensively quick and can they gel offensive line quick? Because that's going to be the $1 million question because they have the capabilities to be really good, but it's a matter of the defense gelling under Bradley and the offensive line gelling, obviously under Cable, but that's what we're going to be really looking for because again, if those 2 things happen, I think that the Raiders can go beyond what I said, which is right now I said, hey, as of May, well, it was May and we're actually now in June. I said 10-7. With the saying I'm gonna revise that based upon what I see and what I hear and how I feel gut later on in the season.
Yeah, I usually think that it's too early to make any record predictions. I don't usually make them until right before the season, and even in well into preseason, because we haven't seen anything. We don't know. Everything is just a semi-educated guess, not even an educated guess.
Well, that makes it a swag, a scientific wild ass guess. That's a swag. That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, and there are plenty of articles out there and little TV spots about potential records and who's going to win which game, who's going to win this head to head. The fact is, it's clickbait. It is reporters trying to fill the void, and they're just trying to sound educated. there's just no way to know. There's no way to make an educated guess.
And again, folks, this is OTAs. The season doesn't start for another, 3 months?
Yes.
3 months. Okay, so a lot can happen in 3 months. And
Right.
hopefully good things can happen. Now that the Julio Jones shoe has fallen, I guess the only other thing that everybody's still kind of waiting to see is that guy who plays for Green Bay. Is what are your thoughts there?
Well, obviously, I've already ranted a little bit about him. I don't want to see him on the Raiders team.
Oh, I don't think he's coming here. I don't think he's coming here, but I think somewhere.
I think he is a prima donna enough to just not show up. He definitely doesn't need the money. And he's really been put in a situation where he's really manipulating the Packers, where they're going to have to do something with him. They could just ignore him and say, okay, well, he's not coming in. Off we go. We're moving on without him. And we're at a stalemate. But I'm really not sure where he would end up.
Well, those folks in Denver are keeping a seat warm for him. And
I know that. I don't want to think about that.
Well, I've already stated I don't care if he goes to the Donkeys. I don't care because he's going to have the same problem that our quarterback has as well. He doesn't play defense, so whatever he can give you offensively, still he's going to have to use the defense to make a statement on how good that team can be. And we've seen the last 2 years running now where Von Miller hasn't even played, or if he did play, he was out early. So I really can give a two craps in a cup of what he does if he does go to Denver. I mean, I still think that it'll be up to our defense to beat him. And
Right.
I remember the last time that we did play Rodgers, I was there at that game in Green Bay, and if it wasn't for, and I remember it like it was yesterday, Carr goes in for what should be a touchdown. The ball gets out of his hands. Okay, so instead of a touchdown, it's a touchback. Like the very next play, it's a 90-yard bomb or something. And so it's a 14-point swing, and it was close until then. And the game just got away from me after that. That was actually the game that Jacobs hurt his shoulder, and we didn't really
Right.
know about it until later on. He still played through for several games, but that one hit hurt Jacobs. So I mean, if things could have been different, and I've said the next time that I see Derek Carr reach out with his ball with the football to an end zone pylon, I literally, somebody better stop me because I'm going to jump over the rails, go out onto the field, and granted, I'll be dressed up too, so it'll be funny, it's Soul Pirate trying to go get it onto the field, and maybe a security guy might stop me, but I'm going to go up to him. I'm like, "What in the F are you doing?" Okay, don't do that. Don't do that.
He loves to stick that ball out there. It's like in his DNA.
Yeah, but
He has to.
Then he needs to employ some, shall we say, some stickum, or what's those things that make your wrists more, the little the crunchy things that you see all these guys that do the bicep grip things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to make his hands stronger because his hands are small in comparison. And he needs to make sure that he get a better grip on the ball. But that's all I say. If you are watching on Instagram, thank you for watching on Instagram. I got Taylor Bava coming in over there. That's a nice picture, Miss Taylor. So I'm waving at her. And again, if you want to come into the show, I already put the link up there We are here with Kevlar prom dress. And before I get off the subject, I said keep Anna Diaz Rincon in your thoughts for positivity, and she came into the show. So Anna, thank you for being here. I didn't know what was going on, but I was told to keep you in thoughts and prayers in good things. So I don't know. I'm not nosy, but when somebody says think kind thoughts, I do think kind thoughts. Still think kind thoughts for Anna and hope that you're feeling better. But always keep the ladies in mind. I said, and keep good thoughts. Miss Angria needs to rest. Miss Peggy needs to rest. I probably should be, but I mean, this is my enjoyment. This is my enjoyment is going out and doing this. But our participation is this is a ladies show, so hopefully we'll have some ladies come into the show tonight. I put the word out, so hopefully we'll get them in here. If not, until I hear from the ladies, and yes, guys, you can call in. You can come in. You can come into the show. Just bring your best. So make sure that you're here. The number is 813. Let me put that back up. 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. I did put that other thing up as well because I don't know. And I'll be honest. I've had those tickets for the opening game up for like a couple weeks now. Less than 5 people. I will be honest. Less than 5 people. And I have no problem sending money back. That's why I said to go friends and family. This way, you know, if I don't have 300 participants, then the money goes back. And I have no problem with that. I'm not disappointed. I'm surprised that nobody would want to get a raffle chance for game tickets. No skin off my nose because I'm going to the game. Okay. If the tickets aren't sold, I'm going to the game. Or, me plus one is going to go to the game. So that goes without saying. I'm going to be good to go. But I figured somebody might want to go. And I'm not trying to bitch. I'm just surprised that isn't as popular, or even people wouldn't touch on that as well. But that's just me. Just me.
Well, I know for me it would be coming up with the money for the airfare and
and I mean
and hotels and stuff.
You and Angry are you're excused in that fact because again you're coming from Alaska, so if you won, that would be great. But you would again you would have to get your way there as well, and I can't provide that
Right.
But I'm just surprised it hasn't happened. And by the way, this guy Williams, who is a rookie, that was his very first at bat in the major leagues, has a bunt single, or are they calling it an error? I don't know, but it was a bunt that the guy overthrew him, so he went from first to third on a bunt. He bunted for a hit or a throwing error, and then he went right past second, right. That's pretty good for your first at bat. With your family in the stands watching. I know this because they cut to the family. That's the only reason why I know it was his first at bat, was I was paying attention there. But again, if you'd like to be into the show, 813-609-0834. The StreamYard link was put up there. Kevlar and I can talk about things, but hopefully we'll have some more people calling in. I mean,
where did Anna go?
Yeah, I was going to say, Anna, is Anna still in? I hope she is. Yeah, Anna was here. And yeah, I gave her permission to come aboard. So again, and Anna Diaz is actually, if I'm not mistaken, she has a, but she's a member. Yeah, she's a member of my galleon. So you too can be a member of the Captain's Galleon. All you have to do is, where it says join on YouTube, just push join. And if you are a Apple user, I'm very sorry. Apple users. You got to go do it via Android or Windows.
I'm not sure about that because I was complaining about that to my roommate's daughter. And she said, Well, I have an iPhone. I can join. She pulled it up in her app and it was there. She showed me.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been dating Apple for no reason then. Okay.
I know. I was shocked.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to shut up then. If you see join, whatever you got, if you see join, go ahead and join. Maybe it's operator error, and I won't mention any names because they know who they are. They know who they are. It might be operator error.
No, I mean I've seen people say that so much, and like I said, I was complaining to her about it, and she was like, "What are you talking about? I can join."
Okay.
And she pulled it right up, and what do you know? It was there.
Okay. And I'm gonna dime them out. Okay, Ed. According to Heidi, who go ahead and say it again, Heidi.
All what I know is that my roommate's daughter has an iPhone, and she showed me the links to join on it. I don't know if she maybe it was on her browser app.
Maybe. Did she? So it wasn't in YouTube per se. She was watching YouTube.
Maybe it was Safari or something.
Maybe. Yeah, do that, Ed. Go through your Safari and see if it shows up that way. Maybe that might be the way to do it. And then see it, because if that's the way it is, then I will tell people, and on Apple, view YouTube via Safari. If that's the way. I'm not sure. I'm not saying, whatever happens, but we'll see if that is the way or not. Oh, come on, dude. I mean, infield fly. Come on. There's a guy on third base. Get him in.
Okay, thank you, Ed.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ed's going to say maybe setting within YouTube or change browsers. Maybe that. Don Webb says that as well. And trust me, if we find a way, trust me, if there is a way, I will tell everybody once I know. Oh, yeah, no. And see, D. Raiderette is saying, are you on live? Yeah, I'm here. Let me tell her I'm on live. Where did that go? Oh, I just pushed Facebook. Oh, come on. I'm getting the spinning circle of death. Why is it taking so long? Okay.
I'm used to that with Homer's feed.
Yeah.
The spinning circle of death.
Yeah, but I only have like one or two windows up. I don't know why it's taking so long. Oh, we did have the guy come over today to fix the modem here in the house. I didn't have any problem with the modem per se, but we had like our phone, our landline phone, we would pick it up every now and again, and it would be, oh, good, nice hit. That's one run. That's probably a double. Yeah, let me tell V, it says, yep, we are on live. Okay. I just told D. Raiderette, a.k.a. D. Raiderette Bandita, that we are here. What was I babbling about?
I don't remember.
I lost track. I'm going to blame it on my headache.
I'm older than I look. I don't have the best memory.
If you want to come into the show, please come into the show. Or we're gonna talk about weird things.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I found interesting though was I was reading that the NFLPA rookie symposium, the rookie premiere, that's always quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, and maybe one token defensive player. This year they've expanded the field, and they have a ton of defensive players and even 3 O linemen. One of those O linemen is Alex Leatherwood. And that's the first time in 9 years. In the previous 9 years, no offensive linemen had been chosen, and only 9 defensive players total. So that's the thing where they go and they get their pictures taken for their cards, and they have, picture sections, and they sign a lot of autographs, and it's really something for marketability that the NFLPA does. They try to choose the players that are going to be most marketable. Like, I remember Hunter Renfrow was one of them. Even though he was a 5th round pick, they still chose him because he seemed marketable, and he is. He looks 87, but he's a young wide receiver. And third and Renfro, he's got quite the hands, and he ended up working out good. I think probably Josh Jacobs was one of them chosen that year as well. But I thought that Alex Leatherwood being chosen was pretty impressive. It's nice that they opened it up for them.
Yeah. No, this is why I have you there, because I did not see such things. And that beats the better question of, hey, have you seen any movies recently?
I did, though. We went to the theater.
Okay.
And we saw the new Conjuring movie. The Devil Made Me Do It. That was pretty good. It's pretty entertaining.
Is that the one with Wilson, Pat Wilson or something, Patrick Wilson, or?
Oh, I don't know the actor's name. It's the one where the the exorcism couple, Ed and Lorraine Warren. It's from their case files.
Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. The lady that's in there is oh God, she's been in a lot of things. She was actually in the movie with her name is Vera Farmiga. I think it's Vera Farmiga. Okay, and she's the wife, I think. And I think the guy's name is Patrick Wilson. He's the actor, and and I'm not a really big fan of that genre. I'm not. I mean,
we are.
Yeah, well, and good, but it's like I don't dig it, and it's. I mean, nothing bad. Just that I would rather see a good historical movie, or a war movie, or an action movie, or even a comedy, than going to a theater and dealing with the occult, because it all comes down to it's something that's off kilter. It's off kilter. Yeah. See, Kushla said, yeah, that's her. So yeah, Vera Farmiga. Yep. Well, that's kind of blasphemy. Well, I know. Well, Ace Skip, who is oh, you guys hear my phone?
Yes.
You're not supposed to hear my phone.
Okay. I mean, no, I hear nothing.
The bad thing is that in a minute when my because I always have the answering machine turned low, and the phone was supposed to be turned low. So when the guy came in and fixed the modem today, I'm sure he put the volume on the phone. So, but yeah, Vera Farmiga. Yeah, thank you. They're Coljet tea.
To receive a complimentary stay.
Oh. A complimentary stay.
Placed on the do not call list.
Oh, and if I could have picked up, I would have pressed 2 to be placed on the do not call list, because again, why not put these guys on a do not call list? Because of course that's what I want that to be, but I didn't answer. Oh well. And and Tommy and Matt are horror. I'm not a horror film guy. In fact, Tommy was my roommate, who is Matt's brother. He says Tom grew up on horror movies. And when we were down in Guantanamo, I think I saw 1 or 2 of those movies, because again, when you're in Gitmo, you don't have a choice. It's like
Right.
It's the Friday, and by the way, they're free, which is one of the good things about. And it's an outdoor theater, so it's like you're going to a theater in the outdoors, and if it's not summer, or if it is summer and the time zone hasn't hit, the beginning of a movie is actually sometimes it's not quite dark yet. So you got to wait a little while to do it, and then you got to bring your own. We'll have like the benches, like the old like park benches, and those
Right.
but we always sit in the back, and I would have like our like my beach chair type thing, but I would have like a big papasan chair. I had one of the really comfy chairs, and we would watch movies. That was the one good thing about that, was because we would watch the movies on Friday, and then the next day would be, or especially during the sports season, we would do our show, which was Pure Pigskin, and we would start the show with our movie review. So we would have a sports show, but we would have a movie review, and especially when it was Tommy and I. And it's like, and I'm like, oh my God, do I have to really watch? And we would watch a double, because they did have the double. It would be like a double feature on Fridays, so we'd watch 2 movies, which was really cool. So you'd get really 2 really good movies. But, I'm not sure which one it was. If it was, I remember it might have been The Conjuring. I think I remember seeing that one. But again, it's just not.
They're newer films, though. They're newer films. The Conjuring ones.
Yeah. Well, I was down in Gitmo from 2012 to 2014, so that was.
Oh, okay.
That was the time frame there. But I just didn't like them. I mean, I had yet to see, and you guys are going to laugh. I've yet to see the new It movie.
I haven't either.
Yeah, and I haven't seen that one. And then they have like It Too, and I don't want to see that before I at least see the new It movie. And I don't want to see that, or I should say, to me, that's always going to be what's his nose. When I think of that movie, the clown is going to have to be played by the guy that was in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Pennywise.
Yeah, Pennywise. Yeah. Pennywise is going to be Tim Curry, right? That's his name, right?
I think so.
Tim Curry. I won't see it because to me, Tim Curry is Pennywise. And I've seen bits and pieces, not the whole thing. I've seen bits and pieces of the original It. But again, because I don't like that portion of those type of movies, I don't see. I've seen The Exorcist. The Exorcist is decent. The Exorcist. The rest of them, I've seen the Omen series. They were but other than like these slash and gore and I've seen one Saw movie because I was forced to go because the young lady said she wanted to go see it, and I don't remember which one it was, but it was one of the Saw movies, and it doesn't matter which one. You can ask me which one it was. I said I don't know. It was one where people died in, because they're all the same anyway. So I just don't get into slasher gore film. I mean, at least the old ones, like. And by the way, folks, you can call into the show 813-699-0834. You can come into the show via the StreamYard link, which is listed as well. And I'm going to put the link in as well. You can come
we
in.
don't bite.
No, well, hard anyway. It's like the old. I don't bite hard. So like the old.
Unless you want me to.
Yes, there you go. I will bite if prodded. What was I about? Oh, just slasher movie. I mean, have you seen? Now, I did watch. What's the one with Mike Myers? Halloween. I saw the original Halloween. That was good. And the reason I like the older movies is because they were more of a mind trip than all of the gore that you saw in these ones that have been doing later. Okay, I don't want to watch a lot of gore. I don't need to watch a lot of gore. I want to see something that is actually entertaining to your mind, and that hasn't happened yet as well. So you saw, which one did you say it was the new She Made Me Do, or The Devil Made Me Do It, Evil?
Yeah, the Conjuring Part 3, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Okay.
And if you're into those kind of movies, you would enjoy it. If you're not, you're not going to.
Okay. Then I'll wait for it to come out on the movie channels, and I won't watch it there either.
It's on HBO Max right now,
It is.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, we just wanted the experience of going to a theater for the first time in over a year.
And were all the COVID rules out?
They're out, but there weren't a lot of people. It was really nice, but
Okay.
there was
You go ahead. Go ahead.
there was a lady. We had nobody that sat directly next to us. There was a lady that sat, a seat or two over, and then there were people right behind us. But all the COVID rules are out up here. They have
Okay.
been out. I don't, it's definitely not defeated up here, but it's much less prevalent than it is in other areas of the country, definitely of the world. I think the amount of people they had in the entire state test positive over the weekend was 50. So that's not very many.
Okay. Also, is also talking about The Devil Made Me, or the one you're talking about. Also, you said that movie was boring and not scary. Okay. I want to know which one you're talking, because now we're gonna have a debate between.
Oh, I wouldn't call it scary. I wouldn't call it scary. But
Okay, so yeah, he's talking. They're talking about that one, and it is Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. And I might have screwed up the way to pronounce her last name, but it's close.
yeah. I just, as a fan of that genre, I enjoyed it. But it takes a lot to make me jump.
Yeah. Well, see, and I'll admit, if I go to those movies, I probably am more apt to do this than most people, because again, I don't normally see those films, so I would be a jump in my seat type of person. Okay. I remember the first time that I saw Jaws, and I apologize. I have an eye migraine, so I'm gonna have that profuse water. It always happens about this time every night because I've been looking at screens all day.
I still can't swim in the ocean thanks to that movie.
Well, but do you remember the scene in Jaws where the guy goes? He's looking for underneath the water, and he goes in there, and it's Hooper. It's what's his nose? Hooper. He goes in the water, and then he goes to the boat, and then the head pops out of the boat. That whole, yeah. I mean that. Not that it was scary, but it was surprising. So it made you jump in your seat for that. And that's why I said, if I'm going to see a movie, I want to at least be entertained with something that is, that gets you mentally. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and see, then Mac. Now, okay, we're going to go into Alien. Okay, Conjure. Okay, yeah.
I loved Aliens.
Yeah,
Aliens was one of my favorites.
Number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. I like number 2. Because I've been keeping up with current events, man. We just had our asses kicked. The late, great.
Sorry we're boring you, Ed.
That's it. We're boring.
We can talk more Raiders, though. We can definitely talk more Raiders.
I'm waiting on somebody. Talk to me about now, because we said it's okay, and Ed, you take care as well. And you got to run. And by the way, unless things have changed, congratulations to Ed Winchell on his impending nuptials. That was from the other night.
Congratulations, Ed.
Ed is engaged as of Sunday, unless something's changed since then. So,
way to go.
Yeah, and also we'll talk. Okay, then okay, we're on genres here. So we're now, because Heidi stated that she was into these movies. What is your favorite movie or maybe of series of that genre, Heidi?
The Shining.
Ah, that I like. And it's not, and yes, it had gore in it, but not a lot. It was more of a mind screw.
Right.
It was more of a mind screw. Okay, well, we have a guest. We're gonna bring her on board. Okay, So one second. Okay, yep. I'm saying nothing changed. I say so good. Ed's still engaged. I'm not saying it facetiously, Ed. I just want to, because things happen. Okay, so I'm glad. that that Ed, and congratulations to Ed and his impending nuptials. We're going to bring on Miss Laquita Raiderette. I'm glad she's here because this is for ladies. And like I said, I wanted to be the only lady, or sorry, non-lady, because I'm the only lady. I wanted to be the only non-lady on the show. So we got Miss Cher on here. Miss Cher, how you doing, honey? Miss Laquita Raiderette, what's going on with you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just got off work.
Okay, and you're joining on the show. So turn down your background so I don't have to hear myself twice,
Hold on.
if you don't mind.
Try.
There we go. Hopefully that worked. A little bit. Okay. And Miss Cher is in Colorado. How you doing out there in Colorado anyway there, Miss Cher?
Good. We got hit with a tornado yesterday, but we're good.
Yeah, I saw that. That was the same place that had like like it was a not even a tornado. It was a I don't know what they call it. It's like a land spout.
No, they said it was an F1 tornado. They said today it was 100 miles an hour, well 99 miles an hour. It did a lot of damage. It was on the ground for 30 minutes and it spanned 7 miles.
Oh, okay, different one then. So, well, I'm glad that you're safe. What part of the state was it in?
Weld County,
Which is
Hatfield,
where?
Firestone,
Okay.
where me and Vanessa are.
Okay. Well, then I'm just glad that you ladies are okay.
Yeah, that's a little too close.
Right? It honestly, it's kind of like me being used to earthquakes because of back home in California. Sometimes they're big, most of the time they're not. I mean, this is only the second tornado I've been in since being out here. So, and I mean, they touched down, they did damage, but there was no people got hurt, thank God. 5 cows died, some
No.
barns, houses.
Well, they were going to die
Poor
anyway.
cows.
Yeah.
Well, we all are.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying maybe they were cows that were gonna eventually when they weren't going to be milking anymore, or they were somebody's beef product.
Yeah. Well, they were
But
milking cows. The ones that died were milking cows.
okay. Well,
It hit that farm really bad, but I mean, we're all safe.
and
Today was a
that's
beautiful day,
that's the good thing. At least that you guys are safe. So what's on your mind sports wise going on with you there, Miss Cher?
I can't wait for my team to start playing. I mean, man, I'm just excited. I'm excited for the family to be together. I'm excited to watch my team just dominate. I have such a good feeling about this year. I'm telling you, this season is going to be. We're going to show them. We're going to show them. People want to make fun of the Raiders and they want to clown and they want to talk all their smack, but they're just jealous. They're literally jealous because we have the strongest following. We have the tightest family out of all the teams. I'm gonna tell you. I'm in donkey country, so you know what I'm saying. And I rep all day. Almost all my clothes are damn Raiders. My truck is all Raidered out. Like I don't care. I don't care. We have the hardest repping fans. They try, but they can't compete. It's
Yeah,
Raiders.
I'm gonna use this as a plug for my other show, for the Only Nation podcast. We actually just released a episode this morning called Raider Nation Fandom, and it's about our the hosts, mine, Raider Homer, and T3 Raider Facts, our foundation in the fandom of Raider Nation, how we became fans in the first place. And a lot of it is about that family, about the atmosphere that you have when you get together, and how much it keeps us as fans. It's certainly not the winning for the last 20 years. 2016 was great, but it's the people.
Yeah, yeah, we love our team, and when we see each other, it's like I don't know, like we're like kindred spirits almost. You know what I'm saying? Like you see another Raider fan, and it's just like, like a kid getting some presents. I don't know, but I love my team, and I've been a Raider my whole life. As far as I can remember, I've always been a Raider. So how would I switch up? It's not an option.
Exactly. It's in
And
your
then
blood.
after like going to Texas, oh my God. I mean, I've gone to conventions in Vegas before a few years back. It was huge. It was real good. In Texas, man, I made a lot of family. I made a lot of family out there. People I absolutely love. I met when I was out there. Amazing time.
And by the way, Heidi, you don't have to say, "Oh, I'm going to take this moment to plug away." Plug away. 'Cause you are involved in a lot of your projects as well. And again, I apologize for this. I'm gonna have to dab my eye all night. But yeah, Cher was saying that she was in Texas. She was there last weekend or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Last weekend, and I got a chance to see her, and it was so nice to finally meet her as well, and get a chance to give her big hugs and whatnot, and
Yep.
seeing her with the with Vanessa, who I hadn't seen in a little while, and then obviously I'm glad that you ladies are okay. We met this. Well, I didn't. I mean, I don't know about y'all meeting him, but I met this guy named Oso. I can't.
Oh, so of course, yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny because it's like I actually met him for the first time, and I've known him for years through
Right.
various sources. But it was nice to actually meet Oso and a bunch of the TNBC family out there as well. So it was
Hmm.
TNBC along with Scream, and I've known Scream for quite a while and was out there, and then it was the DFW guys, and of course Homer. Hung out with Homer, and it was so good. Not only did I see Homer and Camo, but I hadn't seen their daughters in a while, so I got a
Oh,
chance to see Homer's daughter Sophia, and Homer even said it the other night. If I hadn't seen Sophia, she was going to be taking it out on Homer because she wanted to make sure that I saw
she
her,
saw
and I
you.
made sure. I made sure that I did, and with Camo's daughter as well, little mini
Oh,
Camo. But it's seeing the people that you get a chance to go out to these events, and yeah, I had just gotten out of the hospital, but I as long as I was medically cleared to travel, I was going to go see people because like I when I do these shows are therapeutic for me because it's my way of getting involved and seeing my family, and that's why I love doing the shows with the people that I do the shows with. Like I said, unfortunately Peggy and Andrea couldn't be here tonight, but Heidi's here. We'll talk all night about movies
yeah.
and Raiders and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Why? Because this is our show, and if you're not going to talk, we're going to talk for as long as we want to. And then thank you
Right.
for coming in as well, there, Sharon. I'm glad that you said that you are happy and you are stoked about the Raiders this year. What do you do out in Colorado as far as what groups are you in out there?
Well, I'm with obviously you guys. I'm also with the Black Hole, the Denver chapter, and I'm ORSBC also. Even though we don't have a home club right now, but I stay when we have like watch parties and stuff. Me, Vanessa, Speedy, we're together like for all the season. We're together, no matter what. We're together. We've always done a lot of things. We do barbecues and a lot of watch parties. And yeah, we come deep. We really do. I mean, just because we're out here don't mean that the Raider Nation does not represent, because we absolutely do. You know, and of course we're repping TNBC everywhere we go. Obviously, even at the lake out here, we're with our tent and our flag, and everybody around us. We're all Bronco fans, and we're like, we were getting dirty looks, but we don't care because we're Raiders. We don't care, you
Right.
know.
Yeah, my
And so
chiropractor, my chiropractor the other day, he was like, so is there a game today or something? Like, no, why? So well, you're all decked out. You're repping today. Like, haven't you noticed? I rep every day. I don't even have
right?
clothes that aren't Raiders clothes.
I do. But my therapist said the same thing. I went for massage therapy and he told me, he's like, "Are you guys playing a game today?" And I'm like, "Why?" And he goes, "Because you're all dicked out head to toe." And I said, "Don't you notice all of my clothes are Raider? I mean, I have Lakers stuff too, obviously, but everything I have is Raider or it's black and gray. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand when people ask me that. I'm like, you must not really pay attention because if you did, you would know. If you know, you know. See, exactly. Girl, I don't play. I'm all the time with my Raiders. I don't play.
Mhm.
That's nice. That's
And
real
I
nice.
was gonna have to throw the Jew card. Unfortunately, I don't have any tats, but I've been told. I can't remember. Actually think Greater Graphics said that he was going to hook me up whenever I wanted to get a tattoo. He's going to hook me up with his tattoo guy. I'd like to do that, but I definitely can't do it for at least a year because with my heart surgery, I got to take all of my the stuff that I can't be off my meds for over a year or
Yeah.
for at least a
And you
year.
don't want blood thinners.
No,
Right.
no. So
That'll
that
mess
I
up your
would
tattoo. It won't.
right. So maybe June of next year when I've gotten through a year of after my post op. If I hang out with wherever Raider Graphic has his tattoos at, he says he's gonna. I don't. He might. If I caught him right, he says he's gonna pay for it. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. So,
That'd be
but
nice.
I always said that if I wanted to get one tattoo, I was going to get the not necessarily the shield, but I definitely want the pirate with the crossed swords because that's what I definitely wanted to have as a tattoo. So I might eventually one of these days, Raider Nation, you actually might see Captain Jack sporting a tat. So
That'll be
it's not.
awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not. It's not like I didn't want to, but I always say this is because my dad was Jewish, and I said I will never get a tattoo as long as my father was alive. So as long as he was alive, I never got a tattoo. Then I just got old, and then I started having my heart problems, and then it was like whenever I would think about getting one, I had surgery. So I think it was God's way of saying you're not
Not
getting it
yet.
yet, not yet, not yet. So maybe one of these days, as long as I can keep myself out of the hospital, then eventually I will get a tattoo. And you guys, and I'll put it on like video. I might even put it on TikTok. I actually am thinking about going on TikTok real soon.
You should. I'm on TikTok.
Yeah,
Oso's on TikTok. A
yeah,
lot of us
I've
are on
thought
TikTok.
about it.
yeah.
I've thought about it.
TikTok is a good platform. I'm gonna tell you right now. It is.
I will go
You
on
can get
TikTok
your
hopefully soon.
information out there. You get a lot of support. There's a lot of Raider fans on TikTok too. Literally, there's like a Raider TikTok side.
Okay.
Really. And I'd just like to add that I do also have a Raiders tattoo. I just can't get my leg up to where my camera's at.
I'm not
Zero.
touching that. Literally.
It's on my calf.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was her booty or something.
Yeah. I literally am not touching that, but that goes without saying.
Well, it's of the helmet. It's of the helmet and the Lombardi trophy. And it was funny because one day I was at a UFC party and a Chargers fan was teasing me about the trophy or teasing me about the tattoo. Like, oh yeah, you're really die hard. And he was really drunk. So, I mean, I admit that I was kind of toying with him a bit. And somehow we got on the meaning of the tattoos. I'm like, well, it means a lot to me. That's why I got it done. And I started to describe it to him. And when I got to the point of the Lombardi trophy, I said, now this is the Lombardi trophy. Now you as a Chargers fan probably have no idea what that is.
I was waiting. I know there was a burn in there somewhere. I wanted to know how it was going to be presented. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And he just stood there and he was like, and he turned around and left.
And it shut him up.
It did.
It shut him up.
That's what's up. See, it's so good when a girl can do that to a guy. 'Cause
Very empowering. Felt great.
I bet you it did. I would have been like, pop my collar, whoop.
I think that might have been the night that I won the UFC pool too.
Woohoo! That would have been even better.
Oh, that was a good night. How much you win?
Oh, it's only like $1 in. So probably like $15.
A win is a
Yeah.
win, girl. Who cares?
I was gonna say it was $15. Well, actually, it was $14 more than what you had at the beginning of the night,
Exactly.
minus what you spent on drinks.
Oh, I don't drink.
Okay, well
So.
then it was definitely a $14 game.
Win-win.
Yes.
The rest of us would have spent half, if not all, plus then some.
Mhm.
I'm me. I'm us guys.
You're good. You're good, honey. Now I gotta ask Cher, when are we gonna see you? And I'm trying to get out there to Denver. I'm trying to get out there to Denver for the game because I'm definitely not going to the Denver game in Oakland because, or sorry, that's a Freudian slip. The Denver game in Las Vegas because it's the Christmas game, and so I'm not going to that game. So I'm going to try to make it out to see the Raider game in Denver. And if you guys, I'm just looking for one ticket. So if anybody knows that has one that's available within the groups, keep me apprised, and I will make maybe some last minute plans to head on out there to watch the game because I would much rather see the game with our wonderful fans that are out there, like I did a couple of years ago. I was at the game that Derek Carr got injured. I remember that game.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was at that game, and trust me, it wasn't a great game to be at as far as how it went out. But the reason why I'm doing all these camera swaps is because we have Raiderette Vanessa in the house as well.
What's up?
Hey, girl.
How are you?
Doing good.
All right. Man, Prez Oso's in here too, in the chat line. What's up? You don't have to cry, Captain. It's just me.
I know.
No,
He's all crying.
Are you missing us from Texas? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I can play the crying card, but I got an eye migraine, so I just got to keep my eyes. So
Yeah. You know how that is.
I'm at least I'm honest about it. But yeah, and again, it's good to see both Miss Cher and Vanessa here in the house as well.
Yes, sir.
That's why I brought her on board as well. And then of course you got Oso, and of course Scream is sending you guys love. So that's great to have all y'all in here. And we were talking about the events out in Texas as well. And I wanted to ask because I know Cher loved it. Give me your thoughts on the weekend as well, there, Ness, as well.
When we were out there,
Yeah,
I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to come back, so it was good, even though we were late, going over there. But we had fun. It was a good turnout. The meet and greet and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that we were like, I didn't know. All right, what do we do? Do we just walk in? But there's a lot of people that knew us, but we kind of kept it secret. When I said we got there, Friday? We got to Texas Friday. Yeah, I know.
I messaged him. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to make it because money.
Yep.
We were already there.
That's funny. Yeah, we were already there, having some beers and stuff like that. So, but actually being over there with everybody, it was amazing. It was awesome, So I can't wait. That was just a little bit. That was just like a tease for all of us. But when that Texas takeover comes, man,
it's on and cracking.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be good.
It's on and cracking. It is gonna be. So
now, are you guys going to be heading out to to Dallas for that as well? Then I take it.
Yep.
Yeah, we already got all our stuff already handled.
Okay.
So we'll be there.
Okay,
With the exception of tickets for the game, but everything else we have taken care of.
Yeah.
We're on the other part.
I mean, even if we don't go into the stadium, just being in the tailgate, it's all good.
We could tailgate and we'll enjoy ourselves no matter what.
I want to get and I say this out of respect, not. I think that we should all do a GoFundMe so we can get Heidi and Andrea to one of these things as well, because they are so far detached. I want to bring them in here one thing, so maybe we can figure out something to do that as well, because again, they're far away, and we need to have them with all of us for at least one of these games. So we'll have to think about it and do something like that.
Do something, work together to make it happen.
We'd love to, but you know what? We have family up here. We're part of Raiders of the Far North, so we actually even have a booster club up here.
I got that, but we want you down here too.
Anchorage, Alaska.
We're salted.
Oh my Lanta! I like
Oh my
that.
Lanta.
So pretty.
Oh
I
man.
to go there. Now we're gonna have to go visit her.
There you
Definitely.
go. Man, we're just working around, going the whole thing. So
I would go to Anchorage, but it's definitely got to be in the summer.
Summer's beautiful. Winter's beautiful, but the summer's gorgeous.
I was like, do they have somewhere out there?
I want to see Northern Lights. That's my big thing. I've always wanted to see the Northern Lights.
Then you got to come in the winter.
I know. That's why I want to go in the winter.
Because we don't have night in the summer.
Yeah. Like how? Okay, so how do you guys sleep when it's like that?
Blackout curtains.
Girl, I cannot do it. My brain would be like, "Oh, the sun's up. You're not going to sleep," and I would be a mess. I would probably look like a tweaker for the whole time.
Oh man.
No, I have a pretty good sleep schedule. I have blackout curtains, and the only thing is the last earthquake. One of them, it's a little vinyl thing that I have over one of my windows, and it ripped where the latch was. But it's not too bad. There's just a little hole, but it's pretty dark in here. So once it's sleep time, once it's Betty by, I pretty much go to sleep. It's just if I happen to go outside to vape at 12:30 in the morning, it's still light out.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. The minute my ADHD brain saw some sunlight, it would be like, "Oh no, party, let's go!" And I'm like, "I haven't slept." I'm like, no.
Yeah, and if I wake up at like 3 in the morning, to go to the bathroom or something, it's like I'm gonna make sure to try to not catch too much daylight, because then I'll be like, "Oh, it's time to wake up." No, it's not. It's nighttime.
Well, I can tell
But I love it.
As a military person, for the most part, whenever I had an opportunity to be on the night schedule, I would work nights because I loved it. I would work during the night, and then people would say, "Well, how do you sleep during the day?" Trust me, if you're tired, I don't care what light is available. I mean, yeah, you could put me on one of those things, those wraparound things that the rich people use, shall we say, or whatever.
Yeah, the little eye mask thing.
Eye mask, yes, I would use, but I don't care if I'm tired. As long as my eyes are closed, I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to go to sleep. I will do what.
Can you say hi?
Hi.
Can you say hi? See, look. See, that's Captain Jack. And Cher.
Hi. And I'm Heidi.
I'm Heidi.
That's Heidi.
You say hi?
No.
No?
No?
Say hi. Say Raiders.
No.
Say it.
Just say Raiders. You don't have to say hi.
He said, "No, you put me on the spot."
I know. He's like, what the heck? What happened?
How have you raised that boy? Come on.
I know it.
Normally he will, but he's shy.
For right now.
Yeah.
For right now.
Hey, I also found out that the Denver chapter is having a barbecue. When is that, Vanessa?
July 24th at 10 o'clock at O'Kane Park in Lakewood. So
Okay.
we've got a couple of vendors coming down, I believe, from California. We've got vendors within the area as well. So we're gonna, make it bigger. I didn't attend the last one last year's because I was in the hospital with gallbladder surgery. So I was getting out that day when they were having it, and I was like, okay, I got to go over there. They're like, no, stay there, stay. It was too much, it just wasn't a normal gallbladder surgery. I mean, I've got like a 1-inch cut on me, I mean, I had I don't know, pissed off gallbladder, and the doctor's like, well, if it's gonna do what it's gonna do, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna cut you and take it out. Like, do what you gotta do, doc.
Yeah, you're
Cut her.
probably better off without it.
Oh yeah, I was like, do I really need that? Take it. It's like you could take some of the fatness with it too. Suck it all out. Yeah, exactly. I need a little bit here, a little bit here, or I could put some a little bit more here. That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Utilize it properly.
Yep. I was like, I don't know, but yeah, no, I didn't go. So, but I guess they got rained on, and that was, I don't know. I heard stories, this, that. I don't know. I mean, it was a good turnout though, even with the rain. Everybody underneath the canopies and stuff. So we'll see how this year goes. Hoping we don't have that weather out here. I mean,
I can say
that day.
if I was close, I love barbecue. If I was close, I would be there. Unfortunately, it's a little bit on the far side, especially now it's July 24th.
July 24th, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's also the week that I'm coming back from Madeira.
Madeira, California. I know we'll be out there too, so.
Okay, well then
At the river, I won't be there.
Bring some of the food for the week prior so I can have like barbecue early.
There you go. I just wrap it up and keep it on ice.
When is the Madeira thing again?
July 17th.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can scrape enough together by then.
Do it. Just do it.
Girlfriend, I'm gonna tell you right now. Check Frontier flights. If you get them out early enough, they're cheap.
They're cheap.
I just found a flight for $21 with taxes. So I'm just saying.
Well, coming from Alaska, you're kind of limited. You're kind of limited with Alaska Airlines, Delta, the regional ones in state, but to actually get down to Seattle. But there's no too far north. But Alaska has flights, from Anchorage directly to Seattle and then directly to Fresno. And they're not too bad. They're usually about 400. And, Madeira is just outside of Fresno.
Right, because I had in fact, my original flight for the next weekend, I was using some Alaska miles. So I had the one flight into Fresno, and it was like, it was a good price. But the return flight was going from Fresno to Seattle, then to Texas. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. No, I'll take my arrangements on the return flight somewhere else. Thank you. Because again, I don't mind going west, but I don't want to go west and then northwest and then to get back home. It's a long flight as it is back to Florida. So I wanted to at least get here somewhat that day, by the way, too. And doing the Alaska Airlines, it would be the like midday the next day. And I'm like, no, I don't have that much time.
Yeah.
Well, the last time I flew, I didn't fly into California. I flew into Las Vegas, or I flew into Reno, but I had to go Anchorage to Salt Lake City to Reno. And then we drove into California. So, but those were the best flights, and they were the best rates. So, and the best timetable too. It was just, I ended up in Utah for a while.
Oh man.
Randomly.
Don't you hate them damn long layovers? It's like, it's annoying.
I try to get them so they're like maybe 2 or 2.5 hours. Try to not get them too long of a layover.
Yeah.
Even if I have to go a little bit around, you're going a little bit around by air. It's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the things you kind of have to accept being up here.
But it's amazing.
It is.
I'll come visit if I can get up there, but again, summer.
Okay.
Summer, but I'll have to check my schedule though, but it probably won't be this year because unfortunately, with all of the time that I already have allotted out for like this, that, and the other thing as well, the week that if I in San Diego, the end of this month, I probably would have been able to have a couple extra days to do that. But I bought those darn, buy a hotel at a cheap price and use it in the future. Well, I had to use it.
Right.
Because if I wouldn't have had to do that, then I could have said, well, I'll go up to Alaska. I'll do that. But maybe I'll figure out something for next year.
Well, my first Monday Night Football experience in Alaska was pretty interesting. It was the Raiders versus the Saints game, and we went over to our friend's house and watched the game. And I'm used to, after the game, to go home. You walk out, it's dark outside, and you go home. Well, walked out, and it was broad daylight.
Oh, man.
So not only is it earlier in the day, we were done by 8:00 at night, but it was still daylight for another 3-4 hours.
That would throw me off.
Yeah, it really caught me for a loop. It really did. So it's just different up here. It's a lot of fun though.
Well, you get used to it, of course, but like, yeah, for me to think about it, I'm like, oh, there's no way. I would just be awake the whole time I was there.
And you might, so that might, and then in winter you would be asleep all the time.
No. I don't know. I
can tell you.
Right?
It's weird when it starts getting dark at 3:30.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know. It's got a lot to do with me having ADHD. That's all I could say. Because I'm literally like a little drug addict, and I'm not. I'm go. They literally call me Tigga. So that explains a lot. Because I'm just, yeah. I don't think I could handle it. I would have to not live there. I'll visit, but I don't think I could live there.
Right?
Yeah, it takes the right person to be able to handle it.
Definitely.
So anything else about the team? How are you guys feeling about the draft this year?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I just got to see him in action, I guess, because I'm not one to, I just sit back and watch and see who does what, who makes an effort, whatever, and then, because usually me, I'm always, because I'm part of the Black Hole Denver chapter, so I'm always going to be helping with the raffles and stuff, and I'll stop and look and be like, what, so I have to kind of go back and when I have time, rewatch the whole game, because I'm like, what happened? Or else everybody's like cheering and stuff, and I'm like, what happened? What did I miss? So I don't know.
Yeah, NFL Game Pass is one of my biggest purchases of the season. First thing.
And you ladies get some props from Jeff Arguello. Said that he wishes his fiance were as dedicated as you. So that's
thank you.
For you ladies.
Captain, I was gonna tell you, I didn't see what name, but somebody said that they would get at you about a ticket for that game.
Was it Scream?
For Denver?
I don't know who it was. I read it on like really quick and then it went away. I didn't see who it was, but
okay, I'll go.
Yes, the Scream. I don't know. He put, I'll let you know about a ticket in Denver when our Raiders show up, Captain. Yeah. So was that to Captain, or?
Oh, I don't know.
Or was it to who?
I thought it was to him.
Yeah, no.
To Jeffrey?
It looks like it's to me.
Okay, I'm all going to the comments.
Yeah. I just give me a heads up. Don't tell me on Friday. Yeah.
It's like, when is it? Okay, you got to be there in like 2 hours. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, and it said, and Scream says, yeah, it was for Captain. Okay, well, good, Scream. That's cool.
See, we work well together. So, what do you think about the draft, Heidi?
I actually really liked it. I was surprised with Alex Leatherwood.
I
He
think
was not
everybody
the
was.
yeah, he was not the name I expected. I was hoping for a right tackle and or offensive line period. And so fortunately we did get that. It just wasn't the name I expected.
Captain,
Yeah.
someone wants on.
Yep.
This party started.
Yeah, it's like permission coming from Mr. Mesa is coming in, and then you got Green. Yeah, everybody gets permission. They go, hey, cross the quarter deck. Request permission to cross your patio, Daddy-O, as we would say when we,
But when
drunk sailors coming in off of shore, leave, shore leave or whatnot. Of course you get them. Hey, request permission to cross your patio, Daddy-O. So got that.
Oh
But yeah,
man.
and you ladies, like I said, and Sal says to you as well. I like the fact that you
Hola.
ladies are very positive about the season. And again, the fact that you live in Colorado and you have to take it daily. Okay. The only worst place that you can be a Raider fan is here.
Oh man. Is it that bad out there?
Living here in fake pirate land.
look at the lead pirate, come on.
Yeah. Living here in pirate land. And they were talking, and I won't say his name because that's a swear word on my show. The sports was like, was out of practice today, and he was looking good. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. He's 40-something years old. I don't care. And it's like I'm like, I don't want to hear that name. So, but again, the only positive thing, and this is obviously the only positive thing I can say is because with the fake Pirates win last January, they always used to live off of one game. Now they're living off of their most recent game. So at least we don't have to hear about, well, we beat you in Super Bowl 37.
I know it.
It doesn't matter what the conversation was about. They always close with that because they have nothing better to talk about. So I can't wait to play him again. And the next time we do play him again, it will be here in Tampa. So I will definitely be front and center at that game, providing I'm still making carbon dioxide out of oxygen. So that's the good thing there.
I wouldn't mind having another game like that either. Like the last one we had in Tampa. Derek Carr, 500 and some yards. Seth Roberts, that touchdown in the in overtime.
Yeah.
I mean that was other than the amount of penalties we had, and we won, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
But that's a game I've rewatched so many times. I love that game. NFL Game Pass, baby.
Right?
I love your cat.
I have jailbroken something or other, so I got all that stuff too.
Whatever works.
As long as I'm getting all the games, all the fights, and I don't got to pay for them, it's a win-win.
Yeah, I found a good way to watch Raiders games.
Right?
I have.
And I'm gonna ask this question, and then we're gonna move on to the next subject. I'm gonna ask Miss Vanessa. I'm gonna ask Miss Cher. What is your all-time favorite Raider game or Raider highlight? And then we'll go on to we'll let you ladies go. But I want to ask, like I said, your all-time favorite Raider game or Raider highlight, the thing that you always will say, I will always remember this.
The tailgates.
No, I'm talking game.
Just kidding. The game itself.
You want to know what my all-time favorite was, and it wasn't even a good one, to be honest
Yeah.
with you, because we lost. But it was when I went for my first game, and I went with Vanessa, and I was able to take my godson.
Yeah.
That was it was a really hard thing. It took a lot for us to be able to get a hold of those tickets. We put up with a lot of BS from Bronco fans, and we were girls, and they were being really a-holes.
Oh, I know. Well, they were Bronco season tickets, so we were sitting right
We were
there,
in
but
their
we were still
section.
repping though, you know.
Yeah.
So
So honestly, that was my most memorable because it was my godson's first, and my godson's a little Raider fan. So it was a very exciting experience for me, and
it was
the
very
fact that we
emotional
were in that, yeah, the fact that we were in
because we
that area
surprised him.
and we were still repping so hard, it was just, I loved it. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
we had
I'm
we had a lot of fun.
Raiderette all the way.
Which
I will always
which game was
love
that,
my
Cher?
Raiders.
It was the Raider
You said-
Bronco game.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah, it
but
was a Raider
which
Bronco game.
which
The
was it?
2 years ago.
Okay, so it was the
Was
one
it
where it was
No, it was
one
last
where
year.
it was the
No,
last.
no,
It was,
last
it
year,
was 2 years ago.
2 years
okay,
ago, I think, wasn't it?
It was
yes,
2 years
well,
ago
it was
because
the
it was right
game that
before
Derek
COVID.
Carr went for two, and Harris swapped the ball out, and we lost by 1 point.
I think.
We
I
didn't.
think was
Yeah,
it?
we lost, and it
I
wasn't
think it was.
even. It wasn't even a serious. It wasn't. So it probably was. I was pretty drunk.
I think we all were. I don't remember. Remember? You remember?
We were drunk on the way there. We were drunk while we were waiting to get in. We were
Yeah.
drunk when we got in. We were drunk when we
That's
left.
when we met. What's his name? Kieran,
Yeah.
because he's from
And
Dallas,
then we did
Texas.
because we were doing the tailgate first.
Yeah.
Man, we got lit.
We did the blackout party, and then we did the tailgate. We stayed there in line, probably about third, fourth in line, and then I think that was last year. I think it was. Shit,
No,
I don't
we didn't
know.
have nothing last year because we haven't done anything.
See now I got to go and pull the tape.
I know, it's like, dang it, I can't remember nothing. Oh my
It's because of
goodness,
freaking COVID. It's like
it
we
messes
did
up.
nothing last year, nothing at all.
It's like, man, yeah. So it was the year prior to that. What are you doing?
You know what, Captain? I have another one too.
Okay.
So I drive a trolley is one of my jobs, and it's called the Brew Hop Trolley. So it's here in Denver. And my boss is a Broncos fan. His wife is a Chiefs fan. I'm a Raider fan. He does trolley gating. So we fill up the trolley with people and they buy tickets to go trolley gating. And one year, the year before we went to this game together, it was half of the trolley was Raiders and the other half was Broncos. And we were in one of our smaller trolleys, so it held about 20 some people. I'm gonna tell you what, that was the most freaking fun. The back and forth, and I'm the big mouth. Like everybody else, Raider fans are
You?
all like
No,
quiet.
not you.
Not me. I'm gonna talk crap. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna argue. I'm gonna clown. I'm gonna have everybody laughing at them. It was fun. And
That's
it's
my
amazing.
surprise
It's so
face.
fun.
Right? Not Cher.
Not me. Oh
Yeah,
no,
no,
I got my
not
little
Cher.
halo going on up here.
Damn it.
But
I
yeah,
got one for you too, Captain. I know
Yeah.
you didn't ask me.
No. Well, see, I was gonna get yours after the girls had left, but you're gonna chime in now. That's fine.
Yeah. My Raider moment that I will always remember, Marcus Allen Super Bowl 18, the run.
There you go.
that's
Yeah.
a real good one.
And
That
that was down here. I was in Tampa. It was in the old
Tampa
Sombrero.
Bay.
Yep.
I will
I-
always remember that.
Captain,
Into the night. The run into the night.
what's yours, Captain?
Mine is actually, I can honestly say the one that I remember the most is probably the Thursday night game against the Chiefs in Oakland. We were 0-10, and it was raining. And the reason why I remember that game more than anything else because it was the very first game that I saw in Oakland that we won.
Derek Carr's first win too.
Right. That was the game that was most memorable to me because I've been out to Oakland several times for various different things, and I had never seen a win in Oakland. the week prior, we were down in San Diego, and we drove up. Well, we drove up from San Diego because we should have won that game, and we didn't. At the very end, we lost that game. And leaving, San Diego, the state. Granted, it was packed. It wasn't quite as packed as it was like the very next year when, the Chargers were leaving for Los Angeles but that was a home game for the Raiders as well. Any game in San Diego was a home game for the Raiders. But I remember that we should have won that game, and I was just so pissed because I wanted to shut the Charger fans up so much. But going to that game, that Thursday game, and winning, it was the first time that we had won in Oakland that I had seen personally. Is something that I will always remember. And leaving the stadium, crying in that good way of just exulting that I finally seen a game in Oakland with everybody, and we were walking out of the stadium happy because that was the first time we had walked out happy. Now I've seen
And chanting.
since, but you always remember your first time, like they always say.
That chanting when you walk out. That's
when everybody starts yelling Raiders.
Right.
That is my favorite freaking sound, I promise you. When we go to watch parties, I mean, man, that right there will get me hype. I will really start just going hard. I start hearing that, I'm ready. Like, let's go.
Right?
Cher's up on the table.
Huh.
Vanessa, you don't have one in particular?
Let me see. Probably about 3. Well, man. I think it was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when we were out in Oakland. We were playing the Broncos, and we of course won. But as far as like any like certain plays or anything, the funniest thing was that's when I actually went with the baby's dad, Justin. He's a Broncos fan, right? So he was in our territory there. He actually spilled nachos on a Raider fan, right? And he's like, I don't know. It was just funny because I literally walked away. I walked away. I was like, you handle that, because I didn't want to deal with, I just let them argue or whatever, and I was just in there just watching the game, like not even paying attention to him dropping nachos on a Raider fan, and that guy got up, and I was just like, okay, that's your problem now, because he's a Broncos fan, it's like, so, but yeah, I mean, as far as like any certain plays, I mean, I don't know, I just get so excited to where I'm just like, but yeah.
Yes. Reed
What
screams. Reed screams.
I did.
The week one? Week
Yeah,
one.
I was there for that game as well.
It's too small. I'm saying read it out loud.
Okay, week one win in New Orleans 2016 was memorable, and also our last playoff game, Houston 2016, sucked because I knew we were gonna lose, but it was the playoffs. But yeah, crazy.
And I tell you, I appreciate you ladies coming in to sharing your memories as well. Thank you for joining us in Colorado. Remember, Captain and Wenches show. I want to have the ladies participate, and I'm glad you ladies came on board tonight because it's always better when I'm the only in the crowd. Okay, and yeah,
you like it.
Scream some comments. And again, I want to be the only testosterone on this show. That's for sure.
Jack feels awkward when I make him wear a dress.
Oh damn.
He looks cute in it, though.
Aww.
You tell me so I can shape my legs up.
Oh man. Oh boy.
I'm worried about shaving his legs, and he's got all this and a dress.
Hey, the bearded lady at the circus, man. There you go. That's it.
It happens.
That's right.
It does happen.
I want to thank you for joining the show tonight. Be sure to come back on in again in 2 weeks. Like I said, hopefully get the word out to all the ladies out there in the Raider Nation. We like to have your participation for sure.
Yeah, thank you for
Sounds
coming
good.
on.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Nice
Miss
meeting
Cher and
you.
Mr.
Yeah,
Walt,
nice meeting you, Heidi.
Nice meeting you.
Heidi.
there you go. And from the TNBC and the black hole and all the wonderfulness out in Colorado. Thank you, ladies, for coming
Speaking
in.
speaking of TNBC, we actually have a cornhole tournament on June 26th in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we'll be out there as well. So go June 26th.
So if you haven't marked it in your calendar and you want to go, mark it in your calendar because we're gonna be there too.
Yep.
Well, I will be in Vegas that night. That's when I get a chance to see my seats.
There you go. All right.
All right. Good night, ladies. Y'all take care.
See ya.
Good
See ya.
night.
Bye.
All right. That was Miss Vanessa, and that was Miss Cher. And I'm glad they came in because, again, it was, now granted, not that I don't love talking to you. Not that I don't love talking to you there, Miss Heidi. But we get more interaction that way as well. And, see, we get all of the good things here. We hear from Scream as well. We also hear from Oso Raider got started in 2016. So there's something off the top as well. And obviously Jeff Arguello being in here. And Jeff is as excited as we are about the season 2. And again, Jeff, thank you for commenting. Obviously,
I think so too, Jeff. I think we're going to the playoffs.
I would definitely have to say, Heidi, that we're going to have to give the most valuable members tonight, a tie for both Miss Cher and Miss Vanessa, so they will be in on the contest. I did the drawing for last month, and OG Daniel won, and I haven't gotten a hold of him yet, but OG Daniel won a $20 gift card. I gotta get the gift card, obviously, but I ain't getting any gift card until I talk to Daniel, so I can make sure I send him the stuff for the gift card. But I would think that you would agree that our most valuable crewmates for the night were both Miss Cher and Miss Vanessa.
Oh, definitely. We've had some guys that were honorable mentions, though, for sure. Jeff and Scream and Oso.
Yep, there you go. And we appreciate you guys coming aboard as well. And but yeah, we wouldn't have this show without the participation we have from the viewers, from the commenters, from the people that come on board. And again, we can't wait to do it again. And hopefully in 2 weeks, everybody will be back to being in better health. I know I said my headache is still kind of throbbing, but I'm going to take some meds after this. And I'm glad that Anna came on board, because this way it makes me feel good that we saw Anna on here, and obviously always anybody that's in that's not feeling well, always try to keep a kind thoughts and spirits for. So again, Miss Peggy, Miss Angria, and Miss Anna, and anybody that needs it, we're sending our very Raider best out as well. Heidi, anything else you want to send at the top of the or at the bottom of the show, so this way we can get out on time tonight.
Yeah. Well, once again, catch me on the Only Nation podcast on all of your favorite podcast apps, and we do have a YouTube station. It's just a video of the video picture of the show, but you can definitely listen to it on YouTube as well. But check us out, the Only Nation podcast. That's with Raider Homer, T3 Raider Facts, and myself. And we produce an episode pretty much every week. And right now we're releasing them on Tuesday mornings.
There you go. And I got a chance to, I occasionally, when I have the proverbial round to it, I have listened in on the shows. Great content by all three of you guys. So we enjoy what you're doing, and keep up that great work. And I'm glad that I have a chance to steal Heidi away for at least a little bit during your busy schedule, because I know between Homer having a lot of stuff going on and you having a lot of stuff going on, I have a lot of stuff going on. The fact that we can merge into at least grabbing you away for a couple hours every other Tuesday, we appreciate. I know I certainly appreciate it as well.
I love doing it. Love it. Anything with my Raiders family.
There you go. and it's always a pleasure. Remember, folks, make sure you are here every other Tuesday for the Captain and Wenches show. Make sure all the ladies know about it because we love the participation. Guys, you can participate. We don't mind you participating as well, but we want to make sure that we get the Lady Raiderettes out here, as well as fans of other teams. The ladies coming in and talking about their sports teams, they are always welcome as well here on the Captain and Wenches show. Make sure the word gets out. But until then, until next time, one last reminder, like I said, it's on the screen. If you want to get in on the raffle for the Monday night game against the Ravens, send your money via friends and family, $25 per entry. $25 an entry, friends and family via PayPal or the Cash App at $ Captain Jack Rackham, spelled the way it is. You see it on the screen. Raiderette China, we don't discriminate. That's right. That's right. Thank you there, honey, as well. We appreciate Raiderette. Oh, I missed the request, China. I missed the request. I would have been in the live video here, but I wasn't paying. See that you got to go over to YouTube, honey. You got to go over to YouTube. I'm definitely waving. I apologize. That's why I said people try to head on over to YouTube. So again, for Miss Kevlar prom dress in all her splendor, and again, kind thoughts from for our ladies, Miss Peggy, Miss Angria. We'll see you in 2 weeks here on the Captain and Wenches show. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you guys and gals, ladies, Raiderettes, mates, and wenches. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Until then, permission to go ashore.
You're listening to the Captain Jack Sports Show on Northeast Streaming Sports.
See right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboy fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face.
I'm from Brooklyn.
Hey, you guys any